Hello students, welcome to the Indian Constitution virtual classes. So till last class we have studied many things about the making of the Indian Constitution, and today let us go through the citizenship of the citizens of India, which is a part of the first chapter of the Indian Constitution, but it is not there in your syllabus, but it is essential to know about the citizenship of the students, citizenship of the citizens of India, how we have to get the citizenship, and what methods we have to follow while getting the citizenship. So let us begin with the meaning of the citizenship. Meaning of citizenship. In political science, the citizen means any resident except foreigner living within a state. Thus, a citizen is a resident of a state who enjoys the privileges of such residence. In a modern state, all residents are considered its citizens. For example, Indian people residing in big cities like Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai, Bengaluru, Mysuru, and Hyderabad, as well as those who reside in small towns and villages, are all citizens of India. Thus, citizenship means the membership of a state in a simple language. So, it is a membership of the state where the people live. So, there is one important definition which is given by Aristotle, the father of political science. So, in his words, citizenship means he who has the power to take part in deliberative or judicial administration is the citizen of the state. The basis of citizenship is allegiance to the state where one lives and enjoys the political rights in that particular state. Hence, a modern citizen may define as one who owes allegiance to the state where he permanently resides, enjoys protection and rights granted by it, and makes an intelligent contribution to the public good. So let us see the provisions of the Constitution for Indian citizenship. Citizenship is the relationship between all the people and their country. Each person enjoys the citizenship of his state. Each country has its own citizenship laws. Indian independence from British colonial rule was accompanied by the partition of India into India and Pakistan. A large scale migration of people took place in 1947 when several hundred Muslims migrated from India to Pakistan and several thousand non-Muslims migrated to India. The creation of Pakistan and the migration of people also compelled the Indian government to define Indian citizenship. During the period of British rule over India, several thousand Indians had settled in different parts of the British Empire. At the time of Indian independence, it became essential to make and implement a proper Indian citizenship law. The members of the Constituent Assembly were fully aware of the need to lay down rules regarding Indian citizenship. In Part 2, Article from 5 to 11 of the Constitution of India, they incorporated the principles and rules governing Indian citizenship. The power of enacting laws for amending citizenship laws was given to the Indian Parliament. In 1955, the Indian Parliament enacted Indian Citizenship Act. On this basis, the citizenship rules laid down by the Constitution of India. Indian citizenship constitutional provisions. So, as I said earlier, in its part 2, the Constitution of India devotes 7 articles from Article 5 to 11 for laying down rules governing Indian citizenship. First one, citizenship of Indians. So this is a provision in our constitution for Indian citizenship. Article 5. So this article defines the citizenship of the people permanently residing in India. It lays down the following categories of people as citizens of India. Any person who was born in India or a person either of whose parents was born in the territory of India or any person who has ordinarily residing in India for not less than 5 years immediately preceding such commencement was also to be a citizen of India. The second provision, citizenship of persons who had migrated from Pakistan to India. Article 6 of the Constitution contains rules regarding the citizenship of persons who had migrated to India from Pakistan. Any such person was entitled to Indian citizenship provided he or either of his parents or grandparents was born in undivided India, that is India before independence, and second, he had migrated to India before 19th July 1948 or if he had migrated after this date but had got himself registered as a citizen of India before an officer appointed for this purpose. Third provision, citizenship of persons migrating from India to Pakistan. It was laid in Article 7 that any person who migrated from India to Pakistan after 1st March 1947 was not to be a citizen of India. However, if such a person returned to India with a permit for settlement, he or she was to become an Indian citizen after getting himself registered with a duly appointed officer of the Government of India. Fourth provision, citizenship of persons of Indian origin residing in a foreign country. Article 8 of the Constitution laid down that any person of Indian origin ordinarily residing in any foreign country was to be an Indian citizen. If that person or either of his or her parents or any of his or her grandparents were born in undivided India. So that is India before 1947. If he was registered as a citizen of India by the diplomatic or consular representative of India in the country of his residence. Then, fifth provision, termination of citizenship of persons who had become citizens of foreign countries. Article 9 stated that in case a person had voluntarily acquired the citizenship of a foreign country, he or she was not to be a citizen of India. Parliament was given the power to pass laws for regulating all matters relating to citizenship. In this way, the Constitution of India determined the status of various categories of persons in relation to Indian citizenship. For additional rules regarding the acquisition and loss of Indian citizenship, the Union Parliament got the power to pass necessary laws. In 1955, the Parliament passed the Citizenship Act. In 1992, the Citizenship Act was amended to grant the right of Indian citizenship to the children born outside India, if the mother of such children happened to be Indian citizens. Before this amendment, only such a child could get Indian citizenship only if his or her father was citizen of India. Indian Citizenship Act 1955. So, especially what is there in this act? so which are called the provisions of the Indian citizenship. Acquisition and loss of citizenship of India is governed by the provisions of the Indian Citizenship Act 1955. First, acquisition of Indian citizenship. So, how to acquire the Indian citizenship? There are five main ways in which Indian citizenship can be acquired. They are acquisition of citizenship by birth. All the persons born in India after 26th January 1950 are citizens of India by birthplace principle. Second, acquisition of citizenship by inheritance or descent. The children of Indian citizens living abroad become Indian citizens by virtue of the citizenship of their parents by blood relationship principle. Next, second provision of Indian Citizenship Act, acquisition of citizenship by registration. So we can get Indian citizenship by registering our names. So this provision says that aliens, I mean foreigners living in India can acquire Indian citizenship through voluntary registration by satisfying certain conditions. The conditions are like this: they should have been living in India 6 months before the date of submission of application for acquiring Indian citizenship. A foreign lady, when married to an Indian man, and people of Indian origin can also acquire Indian citizenship by this way. The UPA government announced the decision that the people of Indian origin can get dual citizenship, Indian citizenship along with their present citizenship of a foreign state. But this will entitle them only for civil, social, and economic rights and not political rights. Third, acquisition of citizenship by virtue of territorial incorporation. When a territory which is not a part of India becomes a part of India, or when India acquires a new territory, the citizens of that territory automatically acquire Indian citizenship. So there is one incident in India which was happened in 1975 when the people of Sikkim became the citizens of India in 1975. So when Sikkim became a part of the Indian Union, when India acquired the territory of Goa, Daman and Diu from Portugal, the people of these territories automatically became Indian citizens. Then we may also lose the Indian citizenship by certain methods. So this is called as loss of Indian citizenship. Any Indian citizen can suffer a loss of Indian citizenship in the following three ways. One, voluntary renunciation of citizenship, loss of citizenship by minors. An Indian citizen can voluntarily give up his Indian citizenship, so then he lose Indian citizenship. In case a male Indian citizen renounces his citizenship and acquire the citizenship of another state, his minor children can acquire the Indian citizenship within 1 year of the attainment of adulthood. So when they complete 18 years, then become the adult citizens according to our constitution. So then they can acquire the Indian citizenship. Second, by acquiring the citizenship of another state. When an Indian citizen voluntarily becomes the citizen of another state, he loses his Indian citizenship. Number three, by a government order, the government of India can terminate the citizenship of any person who has fraudulently acquired Indian citizenship or fails to be loyal to the Constitution of India. So sometimes the people may acquire the Indian citizenship by producing the fake documents which are not legal. The citizenship of such people who acquired Indian citizenship by uh, fraud or fake documents. So the government of India can order for the cancellation of the citizenship of such people. Or when the foreigners who are enjoying Indian citizenship are not ready to respect the Constitution of India and its rules and principles. So then also the government of India can issue an order to terminate their citizenship. This can be done by the government of India by passing an order to this effect. By all these means, an Indian citizen can lose Indian citizenship. Then, dual citizenship to persons of Indian origin. Dual citizenship means enjoying two-faced citizenship by a single person at a time. So that is in general called dual citizenship. So these dual citizenship provisions are granted to the people of United States of America. So there the people enjoy first the citizenship of their provinces, I mean their local provinces or states. So after that they enjoy the citizenship of United States of America. So like that there is one provision in our constitution also for dual citizenship. So let us see what our constitution says. In December 2004, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh announced the decision of the government of India to give dual citizenship to the persons of Indian origin living in other countries. All those persons who had migrated to other countries after 26th January 1950 were to be eligible to get Indian citizenship along with their existing citizenship. The Indian citizenship was to entitle them to enjoy only civil and economic rights under the constitution and laws, but they will not get political rights in India. Political rights in India means they cannot contest elections, they cannot vote in Indian elections, and they cannot comment about the government of India, its policies, programs, its administration. So there are some restrictions on these rights. Procedure to get citizenship. So just I will give some important ways how to apply for the citizenship or how to get the citizenship. If you are seeking to become a citizen of India, you have to you have two main ways to do it. You can either register by proving that you have descended from citizens of India or become naturalized as a citizen. Each of these options has more specific requirements, but once you fulfill those requirements, you can apply online for citizenship. First part, deciding on the correct form to use. First, use Form 1 if you are of Indian descent. If you have been living in India for at least 7 years, you will use Section 5, subsection 1 and clause A. If you have lived outside of India, you will use Section 5, subsection 1, clause B. Indian descent is defined as a person who was born after August 15, 1947 in India, or a territory that became a part of India, or if she has a parent that fulfills the qualification. Second, use Form 2 if you want to gain citizenship by marriage. In other words, you can become an Indian citizen because you are legally married to an Indian citizen. You must have been living in India for 7 years. You will use Section 5, subsection 1, clause C. Number 3. This is the third procedure. Fill in Form 3 if you are a child of Indian parents. To use this form, your parents must be registered as citizens, not just born in India. This form can apply to minor children or adult children. Parents of minors applying for citizenship should use the plain Form 3 under Section 5, subsection 1, clause D. If your parents are registered as citizens under Section 5, subsection 1, clause A or Section 6, subsection 1, you should use Form 3A under Section 5, subsection 1, clause E. If your parents were previous residents of independent India and you have been in India a year prior to applying, you will use Form 3B and file under Section 5, subsection 1, clause F. Applying Fourth method, applying with Form 12 for naturalization. You can become a citizen of India by naturalization if you have lived in the country for at least 12 years. You make this application under Section 6. You may not have been living in India illegally. You may be able to file for citizenship earlier if you have made a significant contribution to the world, especially in literature, art, philosophy, or science. Then, part 2, how to apply for the citizenship. Find the application online. The easiest way to apply online on the website for the foreigners division, Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. Once you click applying online, you will be taken to a page where you can choose the correct section to apply under. If you prefer not to apply online, you can apply in person by first downloading the forms and filling them out. Generally, you apply where you reside in India. You will submit your application to the collector or district magistrate. Second part, second procedure, pick the appropriate section. Using the information provided in the first section, find the appropriate section. Clicking on that section will bring up a page detailing what documentation you need to provide. Third, gather your documentation for citizenship by registration. So we have to gather the documents. In general, you need a copy of your passport from another country as well as a copy of your residential permit, otherwise known as an LTV. So from there, what you need deviates a bit from section 5 subsection 1 clause A. You also need proof of your parents' citizenship by having a copy of their passports or birth certificates. You should provide your declaration and oath form from the citizenship rules. Through these two items, you declare that you are eligible for the type of citizenship you are seeking and pledge allegiance to the Constitution of India. You also need 500 rupees. You will need these some items for section 5 subsection 1 clause D, except the fee is only 250 rupees and proof of the guardianship if applicable. So under section 5 subsection 1 clause F, you need to provide evidence that your parents were citizens under independent India. So the copy of that you have to produce along with your declaration oath and 500 rupees for section 5 subsection 1 clause G. You need to show a copy of your registration as an overseas citizen of India instead of your registration permit. You also need your declaration and oath as well as 500 rupees. Gather your documentation for citizenship by naturalization. If you are apply for citizenship by naturalization, you will still need to show a copy of passport from another country as well as your residential permit. However, you also need three affidavits, one from you and two from other Indians. These affidavits must establish your character using the specific language provided by the application. In addition, you will also need to show you know at least one of India's languages, proven with two language certificates. Finally, you need to provide proof that you made your intentions of applying for citizenship known through the newspaper. You will need at least two newspaper clippings from your district. The fee for this application is 1500 rupees. Then scan your paperwork into your computer. When you apply online, you will need to have your documents already scanned into the computer. Ensure the file sizes are under 1 megabyte apiece. Documents can have more than one page if they are longer than a page. Then get a passport size photograph. For uploading your photo should only be 100 pixels by 100 pixels. It also needs to be a JPG and under 20 kilobytes. Fill out the application. You will need biographical information about you and your parents as well as your spouse. You will also need to provide information on your employer and your passport as well as how long you have resided in India. The application has a section on your criminal background as well. Then you should pay the fee. You will pay the fee to the State Bank of India under the heading number of 0070 other administration services, other services, receipts under the Citizenship Act. You will need the bank challan, which is the official receipt of payment. You can download the receipt to be filled out on the same website where you download citizenship forms. Then you have to wait for approval. The government will review your application and determine if you are eligible. If you are missing some paperwork, the government will give you a chance to provide what you are missing. You should be notified within 2 months whether you are accepted for citizenship or not. Renounce your previous citizenship. Once you have been accepted, you must renounce citizenship through that country. You must prove to the Indian government that you have made that renouncement as well as fill out form 5 and pay a fee once you have done, so your citizenship will be complete. So these are the procedures to acquire the citizenship of India. So now I will conclude my presentation. I will continue with the other provisions of the Constitution of India related to the making of the Constitution. Thank you.